Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're going to be ranking the top 10 non-gambling power forwards right now in NBA 2K24 MyTEAM, which is actually a surprisingly deep list. There's several really good top tier power forwards, especially the top couple who are just absolutely elite top tier cards in MyTEAM. Before we hop into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 30,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day, tons of consistent daily MyTEAM content. Would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. Without further ado, let's hop right into it and let's discuss. So starting off with the number 10 spot, we got Mr. George Mikan, who is a little at this point. I mean, he's not amazing, you know what I mean, but he's got a really good release. He's got solid size, stat and badge wise, still very solid all the way around. Not the greatest playmaker in the world. Sigs wise, I mean, his sigs could be a little better. He's too heavy, or I think he's about, I think he can trigger the hard around the back actually, which is nice. Curry escape isn't amazing. Release is really good though. He's a great catch and shoot shooter, got decent size, solid enough defender, very, very good interior finisher as well. And he's got pretty good speed. Like, he's not a bad card at all, but definitely a very capable power forward. And at the number 10 spot, it's not a terrible card by any means. I think he's maybe not the best, but he's definitely not terrible either. Number 9 is actually Rudy Gobert. This is not a card that I ever did a gameplay on, but I've played against him a few times. His release is surprisingly smooth and easy. Actually quite the release. He's got great size, great defender. Now the shooting badges could use some work. That's probably the biggest flaw in this card, is that he doesn't have great shooting badges, but he's got good speed, super versatile defender, super solid sigs as well, and the release is pretty good. Like, not a bad card. Could even maybe be argued a bit higher than this, and if you added a coach, a shoe, some 3-point badges to him, all that type of stuff, he's legitimately good. Like, not a bad option whatsoever at number 9. Number 8 is going to be Invincible KG. Invincible KG is power forward, small forward. He can play both, but at power forward, he's still 6'11", 7'2", wingspan, perfect stats, perfect badges. And the only flaw about the card is that the release isn't great. I mean, that's really his only flaw. Everything else, he's got pretty much perfect sigs as well. Pro 2 fade. Like, he is a dog across the board. Just does not have an elite level jump shot, and that is the thing that does hold this card back a good amount. And I think the main reason why he is at number 8 on this list, despite being a free invincible card and a very, very good card outside of the mediocre release. Number 7 is Dark Matter Serge Ibaka. Number 1, I love his jumper. I think it's very smooth. I think it's very easy. I think it's actually a little faster than it even looks. He's got a good wingspan at 7'4", hot spots from everywhere, which is also super nice. Great defender, great shooter, great finisher. Not the greatest playmaker, but not bad. I mean, he's got Kemba escape, which is very, very solid. Obviously good behind the back. Release is awesome. Release is really, really good. And then you combine that with super athletic, good speed, great shooter. He's like a better version of George Mikan is basically how I would describe him, because he's more versatile defensively, a little bit more athletic. I think as a whole, he's a really, really nice card, and I think he's a little slept on at this point. Number 6, another buyable dark matter, Domantas Sabonis. Who is really, really nice in his own right. He is 7'1", just like Rudy Gay is. 7-foot wingspan, maybe a little short on that side, but there, I mean, badge-wise across the board, he's super complete. He's a great shooter, very good half shooting badges. 90 speed and excel, pretty solid defender, 92 3-ball, 95 standing dunk. The size is there, the release is there, the sigs are there. I mean, the release could maybe be a teensy bit better, but it's really not bad at all. I actually think it's pretty quick. Sabonis as a dark matter is a lot better than Sabonis was as a Galaxy Opal, and he's a really, really solid card as a buyable dark matter. Although, where is he worth 315k? I don't know about if he's either he or Rudy are truly worth that price, but they're both very solid buyable dark matters. Number 4 is the free-ish Nate Thurmond that was a collector level card that came out months ago and yet still has some of the most complete animations of any power forward in the game. 6'11", 7'2" wingspan, super solid badges outside of, again, some shooting badges. 85 base 3-ball though, meets with a coach and a shooter, you're getting that up into the mid-90s. And then you have, yes, a need of shooting badges added. With those shooting badges added, though, he's got Jonathan Isaac base, clay upper on very quick, Pro 2 fade, really, really top tier sigs. And when I say top tier, I mean pretty much perfect sigs. He is an absolute dog on the offensive end of the court with super complete animations and a great jumper. And I think at the power forward position, there's still not that many cards who have perfect sigs and an elite level release, even among the top gambling power forwards in the game. So as a non-gambling power forward, yes, he's missing a few things. Yes, he's an older card. He's been out since, what, April? But he's still an absolutely elite level option in MyTEAM if you are able to get him. And I think he is a top tier option at the number 5 spot. Number 4 is going to be, I can't read my own handwriting. I actually cannot. Oh, there we go. Moses Malone. Moses is my number 4 spot. 100 overall Moses is the unlimited ring ultimate reward this year. I gotta say the unlimited rings wound up being kind of a disappointment, but Moses was the best of the unlimited ring rewards. 6'10 with a 7'2 wingspan, hotspots from everywhere. Obviously has 100 overall, basically perfect stats. Pretty close to perfect badges as well, including even the half handles for days, which most of these power forwards don't have. Perfect sigs as well, and a release that is very solid. Pro 2 fade. I don't think his release is like the best jumper on this list, but it's pretty good, and everything else basically is perfect. He is absolutely elite overall, and I think a top 4 power forward in the game is still pretty fair when it comes to the non-gambling cards. But I feel like the top 3 is kind of a different level. I mean, really the top 2, but even the third card, Chris Bosh, is really a little bit head and shoulders over everybody else to me personally at this point with how good he is as an overall card. 6'11", 7'3" wingspan. The size isn't special, but the badges obviously are 70 hoffs, not a single not important one missing. 99 stats across the board, of course, as an invincible is always really nice. And then unlike KG, despite his release not being maybe the best jumper in the game, it's actually, I personally believe, quite good. Pro 2 fade. Perfect sigs, besides, I guess, Harden behind the back instead of Jamal Murray, but that's still one of the best behind the backs in the game. He gives you the shot creation you want. He gives you everything stat and badge-wise that you could possibly ask for, of course. And then I really do like his release on very quick. I think it's really smooth and easy. Definitely much better than it was early in the year when it was on normal on his diamond. And I really do like Chris Bosh a lot. I think he's one of the best power forwards in the game. Number 2, 7'2", Dikembe Mutombo. This card's been out for a long time, but he is still incredible. Defensively, insane, really great jump shot as well, which is a pretty big deal for him as an overall card, and just overall really great release. Sigs wise, yes, they could be better. They don't really need to be though at 7'2" with how good his jumper is and the Pro 2 fade. He is still, even with, if he had all basic sigs, he'd still probably be arguably number 2 because his jumper is that good. His size, versatility defensively is incredibly valuable as well, and that comes with great speed and great athletic ability as well. He is a top tier card in my team. And then you get to the number 1 spot, which is kind of a no-brainer. Tim Duncan is the best non-gambling power forward in the game right now. I don't think it's all that debatable. 6'11", 7'2" wingspan. 99 stats across the board, obviously, as every invincible has. Obviously, just another top tier card. Patty Mills base, Kyrie release, Kyrie dribble style, Patty Mills base, which is the best base in the game, Pro 2 fade. Basically the best animations and fastest animations across the board in the game, besides his behind the back. Behind the back could be a little better, but that's not a big enough critique for him to not to be the best power forward in the game, with easily the best release of any power forward in my team, plus perfect sigs outside of that, perfect stats and badges. Tim Duncan is one of the best cards in my team, period, not just at the power forward position, and he and Dikembe at the top of this list give you 2 incredible free power forward options in my team. So with that being said, that's going to do it for this video. I hope y'all did enjoy. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very soon. I appreciate y'all. Base.